It is 8:16 a.m. here at Monday, October 19th with another daily update. One, the hair is growing back, but still can't do nothing with it. So still a weird time. I just got my license, so um I look goofy. The only other time I've had my hair short was when I got my license, like whatever, 10 years ago. So I don't know what the pattern is there, but the trend continues. Yeah, so I brought my screen. I would flip this, but I don't want to mess it up because it's on a thing. The angle's fine, but I brought my. Usually have like another monitor that's smaller, still good, but you can only fit one like one window, right? Chrome that fits well. Um, I brought my ultra wide monitor, which allows me to fit two really like it doesn't. You can fully use one window and fully use another window. It doesn't take away from any. The size doesn't take anything away from it. And I'm pretty sure if you gave this, like, if there's a company of 20 people and they work on computers, if you gave those 20 people an ultra wide monitor and then you gave another set of 20 people the regular size monitor, it would the people with the ultra wide monitor would have a more productive day just because the size of it is like a physical advantage versus not having it. It's like insane how much it helps to be able to just like look at two things at once. And um I mean it's made a huge difference. It's like dumb how like big of a difference it makes. So if you like using two screens, or if you like having multiple windows open, having something like this is really helpful. And then I use something called Better Touch Tool, which is like I learned of this software from like the first job I ever had out of college, and they installed it in our program in our computers. We had Macs, and all it does is like it allows you to create gestures, which is it does now. Mac has like default ones, but Better Touch Tool you have to buy it. It's like $6. It allows you like to make little shortcuts with your mouse. So like if I do this, it'll like move the window that way. If I do this, it'll move the window that way. If I like go like this, I can swap between like which desktop I'm looking at, and it just makes the whole like uh, it just makes it really easy and efficient to like navigate around your different windows. So those are like just physical advantages that really help out. Anytime someone uses my computer, they freak out because it's like, dude, everything's moving around. If you hit like certain corners, it does certain things. But I have found that I have that set up no matter what I monitor, what if I'm using just the laptop. So those are some physical advantages that I feel help me, right? And then I have some like software advantages that is super helpful. So again, I've said this probably every update or every episode or every podcast. I use a software called Asana. Asana is a project management tool. So it's a to-do list but advanced. So I put everything I need to do in this software. I don't use notes. I don't use a different program. I don't use text. Like if someone texts me, like a client texts me or a potential client texts me, I'll take a screenshot. I'll put whatever general thing it is, like lead or client update. I'll just put whatever general thing it is, take a screenshot, and I'll put it in Asana. That way, when I come in the office or whenever I look at Asana at home or whatever, I'm like, oh, okay, that's right. I had to do that. So there's 5 things I took a screenshot of, and sometimes I use it for personal, like don't forget to do this. But for the most part, I use it for work. So I had a client with a web edit text me. I had a client with just general updates. I had a to-do list like for a client that I need to do over the weekend. So that's 3 things. But then I have this to-do list also allows you to set dates on when you need to do it. So let's say today, um, let's say I need to send out a newsletter for a client, and I think of what it needs to be today, and I put it down on my to-do list, but I don't actually have to do it till Wednesday, right? Then I set it to come back on this to-do list on Wednesday. But the tool itself is great, but why I believe it's the best thing on the planet to have, as far as working goes, is I don't really feel like working in the mornings. Not always. Sometimes I wake up like, all right, I'm gonna crush it, and sometimes like today, it's kind of in between. Like I woke up early. I made like meal prep in the morning. I got here relatively early. Like I had a good time, like 7:30. So all those things were. I brought my monitor. I bought more coffee to have here. Like I'm up and at 'em, right? And then I sat here and I was like, oh wait, I don't really feel like doing anything. So today's like in between it. Like I physically got up and I'm about it, but I'm not. I had 8 hours of sleep, although I did have a Sunday fun day type thing yesterday, so maybe not the best sleep. Um, but the point is that I don't have to think really. I mean, I have to think, but when I sit here and I'm like, all right, I don't feel like working, but at the same time, I have to work. Like, hello, that's what it's right. That's what we have to do. Um, I just have a list, and I don't really have to think if I just do what's on the list. If that makes sense. So most of the stuff, there are some things that okay, like you like have to sit there and like use brain power, but a lot of this stuff is like moving stuff around. Um, Making updates, checking stuff. It doesn't require a whole lot of brain power. Some does, but for the most part, it's usually like flip, right? The brain power is only used um, for strategy, and a lot of strategy is set up, and then once it's set up, you monitor it, you make sure it's working. When you have to re-strategize, then okay, you gotta do it again. But like, if I just walk through this for here, I have to like type something out. Not hard. To make some updates, like literally take some links and post them to a website. Not hard. Um, Check on the ads. Not hard. Uh, Look at some website updates. Not hard. Have a meeting at 10:30. Not hard. It's just the password. Because I forget. Take that off. Fine. Okay, so this might take a little bit of time, but not hard. This is just a reminder, not hard. I already did this last Friday. Didn't take it off. Not hard. So like, I look at the to-do list and I'm like, all right, this is like actually super easy. And I already took care of like half of this stuff. What happened Friday that I like abruptly left? What happened Friday? What did I do? What did I do? Oh no, somebody's birthday. There was a thing. But why did I leave? I don't know. I did a lot of this stuff, but I didn't mark it off. Yeah, there's actually not a lot to do. Like if like as far as like what's on my plate, which is good, right? You have things that are on your plate that you need to do, but then the other time is like creation of work, right? It's like you can't just always be doing stuff because then you can't create more work. If that makes sense, like you want to be able to do what you need to do, but you also need time to be like, all right, plan, attack, what's next, hunt, things like that. If that makes sense. Anyways, that is the update. I was like, what do I talk about? And I was like, just this is literally my situation right now. I'm happy I have the monitor and got up all early and stuff, but got here and I was like, oh. And it actually happens quite often. And then I just start like going through the things, and then before I know it, I'm done, and I'm able to like do more fun stuff, like just look at stuff and do things that interest me, which change over time, and it flows. It's very fluid. But anyways, that's the update. Peace out.